Okay, Julian, so you've already learnt about selecting your tools and equipment for potting up activities. We've looked at our workplace health and safety. We've looked at our hygiene practices. We've looked at preparing our potting mixes, and now we're actually going to pot up some plants. So when we're potting up our plants, it's important that our pots have been washed and are nice and hygienic. So that's our pots. If we have a look at this plant here, and this is the one that we're going to pot up, what do you think are some of the signs that you'd be looking for on why you think this plant would need to be potted up?
Roots coming out the bottom.
Yeah, so there's some roots coming out the bottom, so it's outgrowing its pot. And if you were going to select a pot to pot up into, which of these three pots would you think would be the most appropriate?
That one.
Yeah, so remember when we're looking at potting up plants, we want to sort of pot it up into a pot that's approximately 50% bigger.
Yep.
So that would be the best pot there. Okay, so I'll have a go at showing you how to pot up the plant first to give you an idea of what to do. So we need some potting mix. Let's just put that into the bucket. So we half fill our new pot with potting mix, and then we just, using our hands, ease the existing plant out of its current pot. Just give it a little bit of a tease, just to get the roots sort of out of the shape of the pot. And then we pop that into the new pot, and then fill up with additional potting mix. The other thing you can do while you're doing this is just remove any weeds that are on top there. It's a good opportunity just to put in place some of your hygiene techniques that you've learnt during the theory sessions. And then you just simply fill up the pot with the potting mix. Now this particular potting mix didn't have any fertiliser included in it, so once we've popped the potting mix just up to just underneath the lip of the pot, we can then add some of our fertiliser to the top. If your potting mix has already got fertiliser in it, there's no need to complete this step. And then we want to make sure that we water the plant in nice and a bit of water in there just to get it well watered in. And you can see we're coming from the top. And there you go. So, you got any questions about that?
No.
Okay, would you like to have a go?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. That's it, so yeah, removing all those weeds and whatnot off the top. Yep, that's about the right height, so you want to make sure that the height of the plant is going to sit relatively similarly to where your existing plant was sitting in its pot. That's it. That's great. Okay, there was one last thing that we did in our theory session. For once we've potted up our new plant, what was something that we haven't quite done yet? Do you remember?
Label.
Labels, yes, excellent. So for each plant that we pot up, we want to do a label with the plant's name, when we potted it up, so that we've got a record of when we did it and who did it. So that'd be
What's the date?
the 12th of August.
And what plant is it?
That is a Kunzia.
How do you spell that?
Kunzia. Okay. And pop that into your plant. Excellent. So they're ready to go back into the greenhouse or just out to continue hardening off. And some of the things that we need to make sure we do just in the first little bit of time after we've potted them on is just to make sure that they're nicely watered in and that they're not too stressed. So they're not sort of out in direct sunlight, or that they're just in a nice sort of shaded, protected area just until they get settled in their new potting mix. Okay, any questions?
No, that's all clear.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Julian.
Thank you.
Okay.